And her speech is 5 to 7 minutes long. The title is Why I Thought I Wasn't Cut Out to Be a Speaker. And I apologize for not being able to fit that onto the agenda. Crystal Storms is an award-winning author, watercolor artist, and blogger. She helps women find rest close to God's heart by sharing words and art that encourage hearts. She is working on Engaging Humor Pathways Level 1, evaluation and feedback. Her goal is to get feedback on today's speech that she can apply to her contest speech next week. Her speech is titled, Why I Thought I Wasn't Cut Out to Be a Speaker. Help me welcome Crystal.
My speaking journey began with my kindergarten graduation. I recited a lengthy poem that brought tears to my mom's eyes. Yet she never heard me practice or had seen the piece before that night, but I recited it without error to an auditorium full of people. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. If you'd have seen me that night, you might have thought I had potential, but I shouldn't be standing in front of you. Here are 4 reasons why I thought I wasn't cut out to be a speaker. Fear. Number 1, as my age raised, my confidence lowered, and by 6th grade, I was too afraid to even try out for the lead part of The Lion, even though I wanted that part and practiced my roar every day for a week. 2, why I'm not cut out to be a speaker? Fear. 2, I get faint on stage. While I wasn't the lion, I did end up with a minor singing part in that 6th grade production. And at the final practice, in front of the whole grade school, I stood on top of the risers and my head felt foggy. My body started to spin. And in a dreamlike state, I stepped off the back of those risers. My teacher said, avoid milk. That foggy feeling happened again in 7th grade. The nurse said, you're locking your knees. By 8th grade, it happened at every choir performance and even once at drafting class. Heights make me dizzy. I'm not cut out to be a speaker. 3, I don't like the focus on me. I signed up for Speech 101 my first semester of college because I wanted to get it out of the way. That first speech, I dressed up and wore heels. That just made my knees knock even more. The second speech, I brought my parrot Laredo with me. All eyes were on him. That was better. I got a little more comfortable, but then I had a speaking mishap. I got to the second half of my speech and ran out of notes. I looked at my desk. I looked back. The drama teacher, who was the head of the drama department, who was our teacher, said I created a dramatic effect and said I should sign up for acting class. I don't know what I was thinking, but I did. And I really enjoyed the practices and monologues. No, dialogues. I enjoyed the dialogues. But when it came time for the monologue, I asked the students to close their eyes. I ended up with a D in the class and determined speaking wasn't for me. I don't like the focus on me, so I'm not cut out to be a speaker. 4, my voice squeaks. It's true. Yet I ran meetings and I even stood on a platform to share my heart with voice quaking and knees shaking. The evidence is clear. I'm not cut out to be a speaker. Yet here I am. 1, fear. I've learned that I can be afraid and do it anyways. That's courage. the definition of courage. 2, faint on stage when I'm nervous. Well, while it's true when I'm statue-like, I might get faint. As a speaker, you're able to move around and have a speaking area, and that keeps me upright. 3, I don't like the focus on me. That's very much true. And there are times I've actually thought, blink, people, blink. Or invited you to cover your eyes, but I've also learned the joy of the spoken word. 4, my voice squeaks. Still true, but as I work to make my voice project, I become clearer and less squeaky. I imagine at one time you thought you weren't cut out to be a speaker. Maybe it was a failed toast. After all, this is Toastmasters. A fumbled work presentation or a job interview that went less than you'd hoped. Yet, here you are. You show up, you push past discomfort, and grow into the speaker you were created to be, experiencing those fika moments as you connect through the spoken word. Thank you for sharing your gifts with me. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Crystal. I can really identify with a lot of the points you made.